record and then I don't record.
Forgetting. Yeah, I've definitely done my fair share of oops halfway through the call.
Yes. Thank you, Liz.
Okay, awesome. So I'm super excited to be on the call. Thank you, Amber, for asking me to share. Nutrition Club is exactly how we grow our business. It's actually how I was introduced to the business. So a little background about me. Before Herbalife, I was a bartender. I was your habitual yo-yo dieter. I had tried diet pills. I had tried countless hours of doing cardio. I had, tried just about everything you could possibly think of that wasn't sustainable for actually, losing weight and being healthy. And as a bartender, I'll be honest, my diet consisted of beer and Doritos for the most part. Taco Bell, 4 a.m., that was my idea of food. I was like, oh, I'm young, I can work it off, which again, didn't really ever work for me. So I found myself, I had dropped out of college, 2 different colleges. I was just kind of going through the motions day to day. I bartended because I liked the fact that there was instant money in my hand at the end of the night. I liked that I was an instant gratification person. So, I liked to leave with money at the end. I worked, give me my money. And so that trade-off has always made sense to me. And, long-term picture, there wasn't one. Really being transparent with you guys, I hope that's all right, is I didn't have a clue what I was going to do. And you like how I kind of asked you permission to be transparent and then just skated right over it. I was like, they're going to be okay with it. It's fine. But I didn't have any direction. And so my thought process was, I'm just going to have to marry a rich guy. That's just what's going to have to happen, because I'm not going back to school. I've tried that twice. That's obviously not my thing. And so I thought that in this bartending world, that's what was going to happen for me. And fortunately, the universe had a much bigger plan than I could have ever put together for myself. And I was living in an apartment complex full of just 20 and 30-year-olds that didn't want to grow up. We had retail shopping and then apartments above that. So you didn't ever have to leave. It was called Austin Ranch. We had 7 pools. We had 4 bars. We had no grocery store. We had a market. But you can see where the lifestyle that I was living. And crazily enough, Chris, Tim, and Keenan opened up a nutrition club in my apartment complex. And so I had seen the grand opening sign. They were super smart. They had a grand opening sign up for, I guess they opened in January, and I finally walked in March. So over 2 months before it finally, just curiosity got the best of me, and I absolutely had to know what it was. So I walked in. The music was entirely too loud. This is all what not to do in your nutrition club. The music was awful. It was like Metallica. No offense, Jason. I know that you're a Metallica fan, but in the nutrition club, and it was just loud. And again, you guys, I bartended, so I was used to loud music, and these 2 meatheads were standing behind the bar, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I have to deal with tonight when I go to work. I'm absolutely not staying around to find out what this is about. And so I basically sprinted out, and fortunately enough, Keenan did chase after me, literally chased after me. I was moving fast, very quickly. I was trying to get away because they were yelling, hey, come back. And Keenan was like, do you like smoothies? And that stopped me in my tracks. And I was a lover of Smoothie King, and I can't remember what that other one was back in. Which one?
Tropical smoothie?
No, that's here. That's crazy rampant here. There was smoothie. It's something else with a smoothie in it, but not tropical smoothie. Anyways, I loved those. I thought those were good for me, 70 grams of sugar. And I thought I was nailing the don't eat diet. So he caught my attention. I went in. I had a raspberry tea with a tropical fruit liftoff, a shot of mango aloe, and a cinnamon roll. And I remember exactly what I had 7.5 years later, because it made that big of an impact on me. The shake was phenomenal. I looked at Keenan. He had told me it was roughly 200 calories. And I was like, there's no way. You're lying. There's no way. This is delicious. And again, I was used to 5-hour energies and Red Bull. I drink enough Red Bull to probably do bodily harm. Now looking back. And so to get a natural energy off of something that I had never even heard of before, everything about my experience was phenomenal. Maybe minus the being chased down part, but I loved everything about it. Keenan got me to sit down with him. He scheduled a wellness evaluation with me the next day. He sold me products. I actually tried to bring him back. I was that guy. He sold me an ultimate program, and I came back like a couple hours later, and I was like, "You overcharged me. In your book here, it says it should be this much, and you charged me this much." And I don't remember the exact totals, but like that. And again, this is just me being honest with you guys. And I was like, "This is ridiculous. Can't believe you're going to overcharge me." Of course, he explains like shipping and packaging, and I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'll keep my stuff." And I took it back to the house. And I ended up losing 12 pounds in 4 weeks. My goal was 10. I had been working out like religiously. And by working out, I mean, I had been doing cardio. I had no concept of like, I didn't even know what a macronutrient was. So I was totally ignorant to all of these things when I first started. So when I say I was working out, I mean, we're talking about like I was doing cardio for a couple of hours every single day, and I had lost 2 pounds from January up until the point I walked into that nutrition club. And so for me to lose 12 pounds in 4 weeks, getting ready for this trip to Miami, I was like, this is magic. Whatever you have me on is absolute magic. I have to have it every day of the rest of my life. And fortunately, it did stick, thank goodness. It's the only thing in my life I think I've ever been consistent with for this amount of time, which is another incredible feat for me. But so that was my introduction to the products. I posted a picture on Facebook, and again, you guys, like I had no goals and aspirations, but I also knew that I didn't necessarily like see myself working. Like I said, I was like, I could totally be a trophy wife, like get rid of this 10 pounds and I'll find me a guy on the beach. That didn't happen. I came back from Florida. I posted a picture of myself in a bikini on the beach, and I actually had 5 friends comment and like the picture. This is in 2010. So, I mean, this 5 likes was like big deal for me. I'm like, Keenan, because, Keenan's coaching me. I'm like, look, 5 likes. And he's like, yeah, okay, cool. Well, but he was really smart. And he told me, he said, well, let's have a shake party. I had no idea what that was. You guys, I was just a consumer of the products. I loved the atmosphere in the nutrition club. He told me to bring my friends. I brought 8 people. Everybody left with something, like from a total control to this exact same package that I had gotten on. I got my very first distributor that day. And there was $487 on the table. And he looked at me and he was like, either I can put it in my pocket or I can teach you how to do it. And I was like, well, I'm no dummy. My friend over here already wants to do the business. Like, what do I have to do? And back then, we didn't have the differentiation between preferred member and distributors. So the fact that I had signed up for the discount automatically gave me the option to like do this as a business. And so I grabbed a hold of it, and my friend at the time, the one that became a distributor with me, we just started retailing products, and that was my intro to the business. He said, you absolutely have got to come to this training. And I was like, okay, well, when is it? It was back when LDW was in July. And you guys were actually coming to Texas at this time. Like Minnesota came down for the July LDWs. And I had to work that Friday night. So you can imagine and again, this is before personal development also. So you can imagine like my attitude that Saturday morning at 8 a.m. when all of you crazy people were standing on chairs and clapping and singing Tina Turner. And I'm like, what have I done? Get me out of this room. And luckily Keenan convinced me to stay. I still to this day don't know how he got me to stay. And I'm so glad he did though, because during recognition, I actually watched Brooke Kerwin get recognized for Millionaire Team. Oh, wow. And again, like the weight loss stories, that was awesome. Like I already had my own weight loss story, so I felt really good about the products. That wasn't what I needed to see. I needed to see somebody getting recognized by a room full of 700 people that didn't even know her, but they were crying and they were happy for her and they were excited for whatever it was. I didn't even know at the time. I'm like, cool, Millionaire Team. I had no idea, right? And I needed to see her being recognized and realize that there was a group of people out there that wanted to see you be successful, where the world I lived in every single night was a dog-eat-dog world. You had to, walk all over people to get the good bar shifts. You had to work your tail off and deal with really just not awesome people to make your money. And so I just got to see this whole different world that I didn't even know existed. And that's what resonated with me. I have no idea the money she made. I remember she was a trainer, and that's it. And that's really all I remember from that event. The people on the chairs, Brooke Kerwin, recognition, and it tugged on something inside. And so from there, the rest is a crazy journey. Keenan and I ended up partnering up, and he asked me out on a date. We're now married. We just celebrated 4 years. So that's kind of like the condensed version of that.
Yeah.
And we've gotten to work the business together. We've gotten to grow together. This business is really, this company and these people have changed me for the better in every sense of the word. I wouldn't be who I am without the opportunity, and I'm very clear on that. I'm very grateful for it. There's not a day that goes by that I take advantage of or discount the gift that I've been given. And, the last, let's see, I guess we've been in Little Rock now. Well, we were in Texas. Keenan ended up being offered the opportunity to move up to Oklahoma with Tim. I said, "You're absolutely crazy. There is nothing in Oklahoma I want any part of. Bye." And so he moved, and we did 8 months of long distance and commuting. He commuted back and forth every weekend. It was awful. Well, fortunately for me, I broke my foot at Extravaganza in Las Vegas, and I got fired when I got out of the booth. So awesome, everything, even when it looks like it's meant for harm, it's always for your benefit if you allow it to be. And that gave me the free opportunity to move up to Oklahoma. So Keenan and I were in Oklahoma. Within the first 6 months of me being in Oklahoma, we went into Cuts of the Millionaire team, and that's where we sat for 5.5 years. And I take full responsibility for that. I was not in a growth mindset. I wasn't ready to grow. I didn't want to grow. He was in the nutrition club working. I would show up at 10 and be like, "Yes, I love the nutrition club," and I was gone by lunch. I wasn't ready for everything that this had to offer. So I definitely feel like I held us back. Keenan has always been a lover of the nutrition club, so he stayed. He wanted to be in the nutrition club. Well, when we got engaged, I was like, "Okay, well, now we need to plan a wedding. You can't be in the nutrition club anymore." And we saw a dive in our business after that. So we've always been in a nutrition club of some sort, at least when we were, going this direction and not this direction. And not to say that it's not possible to be successful in other methods. I'm clear that the nutrition club isn't for everyone. There are plenty of people that can work from home. But when Keenan and I try to work from home, we sleep until 10. We go to lunch. We shop. We go to the gym. Sometimes, not always. We eat cupcakes. We do all of the things that don't grow your business. We're terrible at employing ourselves when it comes to not having, or at least we definitely were back then. I feel like I've gotten a little better. I've definitely gotten a little better, but that was just kind of where we were. So our business kind of flatlined, and I have discovered in my short amount of time in the business that if your business ever looks like it's just like flatlined, it's actually going down. You're not seeing the down part yet. So, especially when you're not working, and that's where we were. A lot of things transpired. We ended up getting married. It was awesome. We had a year-long honeymoon of not doing anything. And again, just business is we're just waiting on presidency, it's coming. And I look back and I'm like, I don't know what planet I was living on where I thought I could do nothing and it was just going to magically appear. But I say all of that to say, fortunately, we decided it was January of 2015, and Keenan and I looked at each other and we were like, something's got to give. I had put on I'm 5'2", okay? I put on 5 pounds, you can tell. I put on 10 pounds, you're like, Mandy, what's different? I put on 15 pounds and you're like, okay, did you fall off the deep end? For me, 10 to 15 pounds is another person. And so I had done that. And so I'm looking at Keenan, I'm like, I'm miserable. Our business isn't growing. And we're like, okay, we're going back to basics. And we literally had this conversation. We were like, okay, what do we have to do? We've got to use the products and get a result. Duh. So that's exactly what we did. We started a new program. Keenan's, the creator of all of the programs. And so he put me on this like regimen and this workout, and I literally transformed in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. I didn't even look like the same person. I had 2 abs up here. I didn't even know like you would actually ever be able to see them in my life. So literally for the first time, I had 2 little baby abs. I mean, like my results were phenomenal. And of course, what happens when your results are phenomenal, your business starts to grow. So our business is like out of control again, like because of our results. People are asking us what we're doing. It was just a really great time. And in May of 2015, we lost my mom. And I lost my dad when I was 9. Keenan's dad was really sick at the time. And so it was just my mom and his dad. Those were our parents, you know? And so to lose my mom was devastating. And again, the universe is just, it's crazy the way that it aligns everything for you. I had started reading books and actually like, you know, trying to grow myself mentally as well as like through this physical journey that I was going on. And so, I'm really grateful for that. And I'm even more grateful for the people, the Herbalife family that was there for me during all of that. Again, like I still had a lot of work to do on myself. I was still a miserable, cynical person who would tell you that's just who I am. Like, that's just the way my face falls. People would ask me if I was okay. Yeah, it's just my face. Okay. It's just my face. And so it's just, I was in a rough place. And so to lose my mom, you can imagine the hot mess that ensued like after that. And really surprisingly, because of the work that I had done, it wasn't quite as bad as I thought it would be. It took the reins. I have a younger brother. He's always been the baby. So like I couldn't really fault him for not wanting to do anything or take care of anything. Plus, I am a born emerald. I've learned how to be other gems, but I am a born emerald. So taking control and making sure things are done is just my thing. And so I did that. We had qualified for the vacation. So 6 weeks after, I guess it was right at 6 weeks after my mom had passed, I went and spent a week in Hawaii. And from there, I just fell into a depression. And all of this does have a point. I mean, I want you guys to know who I am, but all of this does kind of come full circle here in a minute. And I fell into this like dark place, and I guess it was September of 2015. It was her birthday. September 13th was her birthday. And I was not doing very well. Keenan's like trying to keep this momentum that we've gained in our business. He's like just trying to keep it alive. He's going to the success universities. Like he's doing everything that he can. And I'm over here just like, you know, melting into the couch every day. And we went to an event. It was the October LDW, and it was Enrique, and he read a book called Oh, the Places You'll Go at the very end. And that was a book that my dad had given me on my way into kindergarten. And so it resonated with me. And it was like that first moment since my mom had passed where I felt like something wake up in me. And that was kind of like the first little spark. And then in November, Callie Carroll came out to Oklahoma to do our STS. She was just talking about decisions and like, it's just a decision. You know, like we were having a one-on-one conversation. She's actually one of my dearest friends, and we're having a one-on-one conversation. And she's like, you know, you just have to make a decision. And I'm like, there's no way it's that easy. And she's like, it's that easy. Make a decision. And so from there, I'm like, okay, well, I have 2 choices. I can continue to melt into the couch and be a hot mess and continue to have no drive, goals, or aspirations, or I can do something with myself. You know, I can change, you know, like they've been telling me this the whole time I've been in Herbalife. You know, it's been on repeat, but some of us just take a little bit longer to learn the lessons. And so that's what I did. I made a decision. I got a mentor and I started listening. Matt Rushbrook came out and did the December STS. He told me from stage, and I say he told me because I'm pretty sure he was talking right to me, although, you know, there were plenty of other people in the room. And he was like, oh, you can't wake up early. You're not a morning person. That's why you'll never be successful. And I was like, Remember, I'm the 10 a.m. I'm the up at 10 a.m. And he's like, oh, you're too tired to go to the gym, and that's why you'll never be successful. Oh, well, that's just your attitude. That's just who you are. That's why you'll never be successful. And then the one that got me was like, oh, that's just the way my face falls. That's why you'll never be successful. I felt about this big, and I'm pretty sure I was hiding under the table. And it was completely just, it blew me away. And from there, I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done not living my life. And I looked at Keenan. I said, I'm calling Tim. I'm going to apologize to him for anything that I've ever done. And I'm going to ask him if we can get back into his nutrition club. And that's exactly what I did. I called Tim. I apologized. We had this great conversation, and I said, can I please start plugging into your nutrition club? I need a nutrition club. I need something to employ me. And he said, absolutely. So we started plugging into the nutrition club. That was January of 2016. The club was doing about 30 memberships a day at that point. And we partnered with David Hayes. I'm sure all of you guys know David Hayes. And the first thing David said is, okay, well, we absolutely cannot just continue the way it is here. Like, this is not my favorite place to be. And if it's not my favorite place to be, then how am I going to invite anybody here? So the very first lesson I learned from David was your nutrition club has to be your absolute favorite place to be. And so that's what we did. We, of course, David wanted funky furniture, so he got funky furniture. I got NSYNC radio. I wanted cups that I could write on, so I could put smiley faces and like the shake, the name of the shake that you had on it. And so I got those things. Keenan wanted like competitions, like physique and bodybuilding competitions on the TV. So that's what we put on the TVs, and we made it our favorite place to be. And we went from 30 consumptions to over 100 in 60 days. And it was awesome. And again, this is at the very end of January. And so by the end of, actually it was like at the middle of March, we were already well over 100 consumptions. And so we just kept cranking it out. And then I heard this rumor, rewind. So in April, Keenan and I, out of the nutrition club, with very minimal club volume, did over 25,000 personal volume points that month. So the decision to get in action, February was 16,000, March was 18,000, April was close to 26,000 personal volume points. All because we got into the nutrition club and we were bound and determined to work and to like be in action. We qualified for the Disney vacation. March 7th is when we finished the Disney vacation of 2016. And so that's just kind of, now that's our thing. We have to qualify before we go on vacation. We need to be qualified for the next one. But so being in the nutrition club is something that we're super passionate about. I mean, I told you guys I was a bartender. I'm efficient, and I know that's an emerald word, but I am efficient behind the bar. I love to serve like shakes. I love to be behind the bar. It's my space. But we heard this rumor that Tim was going to move to Little Rock. And so without any warning, I didn't even talk to Keenan. Oops, sorry. We sat down with Tim to talk about how we were going to take over the nutrition club there in Oklahoma City called Nutrition Revolution, the one that we had been in for 6 months. And he's like, okay, so, and I was like, wait, Tim, I have to ask you a question. Why didn't you ask us to go with you? And he looked at me and he was like, well, I didn't think you'd want to go. Would you want to go? And I said, yeah. And Keenan goes, we do? We want to go? And I was like, absolutely. Like, if you asked Keenan to go with you to Oklahoma and it was so successful, why wouldn't we want to go the second time? Like, that just didn't compute to me. So from there, we started planning our move within, September. So about 3.5 months later, we had moved up to Little Rock, and the club was already in the process of being built out. We opened the club the week before Thanksgiving of last year. So we've been open just over a year. And it's been crazy. So I attribute a lot to the success of the nutrition club. But I want to share with you guys some of the things that we've done on social media that have really helped here, and even helped a little in, we were doing some of these things in Nutrition Revolution. I do want you guys to feel free to ask me any questions. I doubt you have any questions over my story, right? But if you think of something, you're more than welcome to ask me. But so one of the first thing that we did when we got to Little Rock And we knew, the club's about to open. We set up our social media pages. We got a Facebook page, and we made an Instagram page. And we actually had, like, Snapchat wasn't even really something that we knew about when we first moved here or when we were about to open. So Snapchat wasn't even on our radar at first. It was simply Facebook and Instagram. And so we got those set up. We started taking pictures of shakes and posting them. Anytime we were out doing invitations, we were asking people to like our page on Facebook, giving them our card had the web or the Facebook page on it, the Instagram link on it, so that they could go and like our page. And it was like, stay tuned. We're not open quite yet, but we will be soon. So we did a lot of like flyering and invitations and a lot of inviting them to like our social media sites. And then once we opened, and I'm going to be really honest with you guys, I have never been consistent about social media until the last year. So social media has never been something that I've always looked at it as a time waster. Sorry for those people that can do their business. Again, if you can grow a business on social media, I applaud you, just like I applaud the people that can work from home. I am not disciplined enough to not sit there and just scroll for hours. Like, how do you not just stare at everybody else's life and love things? Every time I open Facebook, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. And I love that. And I love that. I can't. So I have to be very diligent about my social media. So for me, it's never been like, what can I put on our social media that will draw attention to us? It's always like, how can I be smart and get the most like bang for my buck? So what we started doing is we offered it, and we did this in Oklahoma too, but we offered $1 off for check-ins on social media. So if you posted on your Instagram, like obviously you can't post to my Instagram or to the Hub LR is what it's called. But you could tag yourself at the Hub LR, and you could take a picture of your shake, and you could we have this really cool sign. Everybody loves the Hub sign in our club. So they're constantly taking pictures with it. They absolutely love it. It's a trademark of being in our nutrition club. And a lot of that comes from us being like, oh, just take a picture with the sign, like do a selfie with the sign or hold your shake up with the sign, so on and so forth. And it was just to get on these people's social medias, and it worked like crazy. Out here, they didn't have a clue what Herbalife was or what a nutrition club was. There were very few. And so when we opened, it was like the new thing. So we were getting referrals. We're still to this day. I mean, like it's been, like I said, 13 months, and we still get brand new people every single day. And when I ask them, awesome, how did you hear about us? They're like, oh, my friend comes here all the time. I see your check in here. And I'm like, perfect. So we're asking them to check in. We offer them $1 off. We have built that dollar into our pricing anyways, so we don't actually take a loss. Which I think was like the smartest thing we could do here. We were taking a loss back in Oklahoma, and obviously you don't want to do that. So we built it into our prices just from the beginning, which has been really great. So we ask them, so when they come in and it is their first time, we ask them to like the page, and we ask them to check in. And again, they can do that on Instagram also. Well, come to find out, the young high school kids, they're like, Facebook, who uses Facebook? And I'm 32, so I'm speaking about like high school kids, and they're just like, I can't get on Facebook. Like that's for, and I've literally been told this, that's for old people. And I'm like, I love Facebook. Thank you very much. I grew up in the Facebook generation, and Facebook is what started my business. Like been out of shape about, don't talk about Facebook like that. And so they started the whole Snapchat thing. Like I didn't even know what was happening. And Keenan's like, hey, how many people you have on your Snapchat? And these high school girls are like, I don't know, like 728 people view my story every day. I'm sorry, what? 728 people view your Instagram and your Snapchat story? Can you post on that, please? And so I just started asking them. Like that's literally what we did. We just asked them, okay, well, which one do you have the most followers on? We were not afraid to ask. And that's what we asked them to post on. We gave them $1 off. They loved their experience. They loved us. Keenan's always like jumping in their pictures and being silly and goofy. And so it was just, it was fun, and it was part of the experience. It's one of the things that we do when they first come in. It's like, this is an experience. Like what you're about to have happen to you right here is an experience. I'm going to need you to sit down. Like people will stand back and just kind of like look up and around, and you're like, you're going to want to stay for a second. And so it's a lot of fun, and they don't have a problem doing that. And so that's been one of the huge, probably the biggest thing, constantly. We offer them $1 off every time they want to do it. It's not just the first time they come in. And that's been huge for us. Does anybody have any questions about that one? Good.
Okay, no, I don't have a question, but Mandy, so you guys, like, they do $1 off, most of them, Mandy. So I just want you guys, and maybe you hear them, I just hear there's like 3, 4, 5 things that Mandy's like inserting in that I think I want you guys to hear. So they're probably hearing, as I'm hearing too, Mandy, $1 off for check-in. I'm also hearing, you guys, we have this really cool sign and everybody loves the sign. Okay, you guys, do you guys all, could you all say that? Right, good, Sean, yeah. And like, you guys get, like, when a trainer trains, like when Mandy trains, this is just who she is, and she doesn't know any different. She just happens to live in a club that has a really cool sign. So she would just assume that either you guys have a really cool sign or it's not that big a deal. But to me, exactly, Sean, I'm like, okay, so she has a really—
I'll put cool club sign, just take a picture with it in bold.
Yes, Mandy.
That's like key.
Yes, Sean. Like people, so I'm thinking, Mandy, you'd give them the $1 off even if they didn't take a picture and post it with the sign.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But you guys she's like, we just asked them and they love the sign. So they just do it anyway. Okay. So I feel like that's like a hidden element.
Well, and like right now we have a Christmas tree. So they're all taking a picture with a Christmas tree, like they're, for Thanksgiving and for Halloween, we had this like, jack-o'-lantern. So they were like taking cheesy pictures with the jack-o'-lantern. So, I mean, it can be anything. And then there's the people that don't want to take a picture at all. No problem. Just check in on Facebook. And like, they don't even write anything, but it's still the fact that they checked in and out all their friends are like, what is the nutrition hub?
Yeah. Okay. The other thing I heard, you guys, is when this is this is not necessarily social media, but you get Mandy's like, she tells people, okay, you're about to have an experience. Have a seat. You guys are about to have an experience here, which we talk about that with nutrition clubs. Like we talk about, Mandy, have you heard of Mike Curtis ever do the white or wheat?
Yes.
Okay. So, we say, oh, we have an experience, or however you guys want to language it. And Mike Curtis calls it white or wheat. But to even like say that to them, like sit down, you're about to have an experience. Mm-hmm. And then even at the end, like, did you enjoy your experience? Great. Take a picture in front of the sign, post it. Okay. So there's like 2 or 3 hidden elements in that whole $1 off conversation. Because when Mandy and I did the prep call, she and Robin Helgauger, Robin, will you wave so Mandy knows who you are? Okay. Robin too, Mandy, she started this whole social media thing earlier this year. And so she's going to laugh. I go on her club page, the Bemidji Fusion page. I'm like, Robin, I see nothing on your page. I've seen like 1 post in 8 weeks. What do you mean social media is like Robin, what did your memberships go like from what to what?
They went from an average of 42 memberships to we're over 100 now. They've more than doubled. Yeah.
And she's like, it's all social media, Amber. So I go to her page, Mandy, and there's like nothing on there. Like, what do you mean? But it's similar to what you're saying, Mandy. She's like, no, people are all doing it for us. And so Mandy said that too. Mandy's like, the easiest thing to do, Amber, is have other people post for you. But you have to ask them, right, Mandy? Like, don't be afraid to ask them to do it. Okay.
Yeah, we definitely aren't afraid to ask them. And again, like, because they're not having a wider weed experience, because they're actually having, a good time. And the other thing is they're running into people that they know already, like they see their friends there. So then it becomes a group effort. Even if they didn't come together, they're still running into each other. I feel like we live in the biggest little town.
Yeah.
The biggest little town. Yeah. I mean, like Little Rock's not all that big, but I swear these people know everyone. Like it's crazy. So it does become, kind of like the spot to beat also. So another thing that we found to be really successful, and this is where it does require a little bit of effort on my part, is doing things like polls or opinions. So we were going to get t-shirts. Like everybody's like, oh my gosh, you should totally have a hub t-shirt. I'd wear it. And so we're like, okay, well, I'm not a huge fan of like the sign out front. So I wasn't just going to like slap that on a t-shirt. So we came up with all of these creative logos, and I had somebody draw them up and give me several different options. And then I started posting about it. I was like, you guys wanted t-shirts, but don't let me be the one that chooses them. You guys choose them. And so, there were 5 options, and then we went down from there, but it was like, put a number, type what number, they were numbered 1 through 5. Type what number your vote is, right? And so we posted that on our Facebook and our Instagram. And I mean, we had hundreds of comments of votes. And as we got down to the end, like every time you shared it, you got entered into a raffle to win a free t-shirt. And so then they were sharing our shirt picture, which, I mean, their friend may not have known, well, what is that? But I swear there was so much traffic on these posts asking them to vote on these t-shirts. And we've done other things like, what color should the gift card for Christmas be? Just like something that engages them, and then offering them something for sharing it. You can share it for a chance to win a $10 gift card. It's just really simple, easy stuff like that. And then also we did a couple of, for about 2 months, every Wednesday it was Raffle Wednesday, but it ended up being Waffle Wednesday. People thought that they needed to replace the R with the W. It ended up being a big, huge joke. But it was Raffle Wednesday, not Waffle Wednesday. It's still funny to me. It's still funny to me to do Waffle Wednesday. And so all we did was we asked them, to come in, and if they came in, they got a ticket, and if they brought a friend, they got 5 tickets. And we were giving away, their membership the next day was on us, so and then asking them to share and like and comment and just spread the word for us so that we could continue to tap into their circle of influence. Mm-hmm. And it worked because they were also getting something for it. So that's been super successful also. Anything on that one? If you want to do Waffle Wednesday, I think you should.
We'll have to report back to Mandy how it goes for you guys.
Waffle Wednesday.
I was like, that's really sad that that's the most creative that we can get with this. Okay, so then the last thing that has been really great for us, and I know that this may not apply to everyone just when you first hear it, but we have a shake that we made with pralines and cream and peanut cookie that we called peanut butter pancake. And Keenan just came up with it one day. He just threw it together, threw a little peanut butter in it, and he was like, oh my gosh, this is like the best shake I've ever had. Started sampling it out. Our #1 seller within the first week. I mean, people were literally coming at peanut butter pancake to a peanut butter pancake. That was all. They were posting about it. People were coming in that were brand new that we were like, how did you hear about us? And they were like, my friend won't shut up about a peanut butter pancake. What is this thing? And it was crazy, you guys. Like, I've never seen a shake flavor. Like, we thought banana caramel was huge. It has nothing on peanut butter pancake. And so then when pralines went away, of course, Keenan and I ordered, I think like 75. I'm pretty sure Tim ordered 500 canisters of pralines. So even after it was gone, we still had peanut butter pancake. Keenan and I still have peanut butter pancake. So what we do is we occasionally will give the page about a 12, 24-hour notice somewhere in there, and we post, guess what's going to be in the club tomorrow? Peanut butter pancake. So they're sharing, they're liking, like they're all over peanut butter pancake. And so it's one of those things where they know they have to watch our social media in order to, or come in order to see or get a glimpse or a taste of the peanut butter pancake. And it's like 2 canisters. We did this last Friday, so a week ago. I took 2 canisters and they were gone by 1 o'clock. That's 60 servings, you guys. Gone by 1 o'clock. It was the best Friday that we've had in, 2 weeks because they wanted their peanut butter pancakes. So I don't know what that may be for you guys. When Amber and I were talking, it's like, it could just be something that you have that's special, out of just randomly. So whether that's lift off Jello shots or that's, the rebuild protein balls, man, people love when I make those. Those are a huge pain. Amber and I were talking about, I guess, Tina doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I make those for Tim for his birthday, rebuild and pralines and cream protein balls. And I only do it once a year because it's something that is time consuming, but people love them. They absolutely love them. So I don't know what that would be for you guys, but having something that you could release from the vault. I mean, I just think about what MOJ did to us, and mint chocolate and banana caramel and now pralines. So maybe there's something like that for you guys too.
And something that you can, like, do you guys get that Mandy keeps bringing that same one back? So if there's one, like, I think there's another strategy, Mandy and I were talking about this, is another strategy, like Janie will do just one shake, just one day of 1 month. And it's a new shake. Like, she doesn't even tell people what it is. She's like, coming in on Friday because it's the Halloween special. So she does not tell anybody what the shake is. You can only get on that Friday, and you actually have to show up on that Friday just to get it. So, but then, you know, she might do a different one in November, but Mandy and Keenan's is like something you guys like, it's the same one that already has momentum, that it already has a hook, right, Mandy? Like there's already people waiting for it. Yeah, that you can keep bringing back. Mm-hmm.
They're waiting for it. I'm sure that if pralines and cream came back out, like our numbers would skyrocket again, even higher than they are right now.
You get a sneak peek on it right now if you want, Mandy.
I really want pralines and cream back.
Well, I'll look that up if anybody else wants to ask questions.
I mean, I'm pretty much an open book. I feel like you guys just got all of the details. But if you have any questions, I'm totally open to answer them. Oh, another thing that we love to do is we make layered teas. So we don't do extras. And Amber, I didn't even mention this earlier. I didn't think about it right away.
Yep.
But we do layered tea. So we don't use any additives. Like we just use Herbalife in our club. We have like peanut butter, oats, and cinnamon, but it's very basic. And so one of the things that we've started doing, and again, it's probably more of a girl thing than a guy thing, but if you do a splash of hot water in your tea in the bottom, so like just take an empty cup. My favorite, we call it a lemigranate. And everything has a fun name. The more fun the name, the more they want to order it. But the lemigranate is lemon tea at the bottom. So like you take your cup and it's just like this much hot water to dissolve the tea. And then you put your ice in the cup and then you take a broken up Liftoff and you sprinkle it on top of the ice and then you fill it with water. So as the water goes over the pomegranate Liftoff, it turns the top half pink and the bottom half is brown. And girls love it. And then it tastes phenomenal.
That is good. Did you guys already know that? Sean? Okay, I was like looking at Sean.
No, I've always, so Mandy, we're with you because all of those fancy teas, they use so many other extras. And I'm like, how can I do it just with Herbalife products? So that's beautiful. Thank you.
That is awesome. So when you guys figures that out, will you post it on the preferred member page?
Yeah, sure will.
Okay. Well, y'all, go ahead.
I just said it's super easy to make. And like I said, the way it layers, it just looks neat.
Yes. Well, I've got some other product launches coming your way, but I haven't done pralines and cream yet.
No?
Well, I think it's coming back. I don't think it's coming back in 2018, Andy.
Oh my gosh, that's
I've got the schedule here. Hang on. Well, we've got something brand new that you guys have never heard of in Q2. Another one that I've never tried or heard of in Q3. Oh, what is this? Oh, I see it.
Well, it's Canada.
Pralines and cream?
It's Canada. It's Canada.
No!
This is like, that's Canada. Where is pralines and cream? I know it's coming back here. Do you not see it, Jay? Pralines and cream is coming to Canada.
What do I have to do to get it here if it's in Canada?
Look in pumpkin spice peanut. Oh, this is Jamaica and Trinidad. Well, Mandy, I don't see it in the United States.
This is torture.
In 2018, I don't see it. I do see some other really great stuff, although I'm with you because pralines and cream is so one of my favorites. I see 2 other Formula Ones that
are they seasonal?
Work well.
They're seasonal.
Seasonal.
They're seasonal. Mm-hmm. Right? Is that what does that mean? LE, hun? Do you know?
LE limited edition.
Limited edition, yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's what it is.
You.
LE Formula One in Q2, and then LE Formula One in Q3.
Are they cheesecake?
No.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Beth. Jay,
It's a really good one. I feel like emailing every day.
cheesecake. Do you guys think?
Oh, yeah.
Jason's on the product committee. That's a good one.
Go Jay.
Can
What?
we buy a vowel?
What one?
Can we buy a vowel?
Can you buy a vowel?
2.
Well, I can tell you that the protein bites might come back next year by the box. And I think
Divided flavors by the box.
Individual flavors.
your two favorite
Two
favorite flavors.
Two
Hey, you guys
favorite
remember
flavors.
the shake boosters that Rich was talking about somewhere? I don't know which kind, but it looks like there's some coming out Q3. Hot chai or herbal concentrate tea chai packets, Q1. And then there's 3 on here that I probably shouldn't say.
Yeah.
And then there's 3 on here, 2 formula ones, and one thing that doesn't exist that you guys will be very excited about in Q3 that I probably shouldn't say.
Yeah, don't say it.
Yeah, don't say it. Okay, back to social media. Anything else for Mandy, you guys?
Mandy, what did you call that layered tea?
The flavor that I choose, or that I was explaining, is called lemon-granate, just because it's lemon tea and berry pomegranate.
Got it.
We do a raspberry with berry pomegranate and beauty booster that we call Pretty in Pink.
We call that one Beauty and the Beast.
I mean, they like anything with a name.
Anything fun, yeah.
Yeah. And writing on cups is always fun too, because that gives them a reason to want to post it. So like if it has a smiley face, or if it has their shake flavor on it or something like that, they're more inclined. I'm a terrible Christmas tree drawer, but that's what tomorrow's decoration is.
You guys have like a theme a day or something?
It's me. It's just whatever comes to my brain.
Janie does this, and she actually has club members write on the day before, and they love to do it.
That's awesome. That's a smart idea.
Oh,
We have a shake cup fairy.
A shake.
you do. That's good.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Anything else, you guys, for Mandy? You good?
I just want to say thank you so much. What an awesome story, and thank you for all of your tips. It's wonderful.
We'll have to report back. This is so part of Mandy. Part of the thing is, in that some of them want to have their 2018. First of all, I said, if you guys create a whole strategy for 2018 for social media, awesome. But the way that social media changes, maybe just a 4-month, maybe just like January, February, April strategy, right? Then maybe evaluate. So some of them want to have it done by January 1st, but for sure by the time they leave the retreat, which is like the last weekend in January, Mandy, I'm like, for sure by the time they leave the retreat, I want them to feel really solid about a social media strategy.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I wish you guys all the best. This is what's worked for us, so I hope it works just as well for you guys.
Awesome.
Good, you guys?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
I'll keep you guys on for a minute. I'll stop the recording. And okay, love you, Mandy. Thank you.
Thank you,
and
Mandy.
we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks, Mandy.
Okay. Good, you guys?
So good. Okay, but who's her husband?
Keenan. Do you not know Keenan?
Keenan.
Like, not as in Keenan Dan Waldron's son?
That's
No.
Keegan.
Oh, Keenan. I don't know that I know Keenan.
You guys probably recognize him if you saw him on stage. He has bald head. He was on stage at the Nutrition Club training.
Okay.
Last one.
Okay.
I'm trying to share my screen, you guys. When prompted, select trust. Oh, yeah, okay. Can you guys see my screen? Oh, can you guys see my screen? Yes.
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, don't you love this?
Wow.
Oh, there's a video. We sent Tom a video tonight. Okay. Okay. Is this the first one? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm going to share just a few of these things, you guys. And I know there's one other thing I think I mentioned that Mandy and Keenan do or did, but I learned about it from somebody else. So when I was doing the prep call with her today, I didn't necessarily want to call her on the spot. Okay. So I'm just going to give you guys, I mean, it took me probably 10 or 15 minutes at dinner tonight. Here's my encouragement to you guys is do some homework yourself by researching some nutrition clubs and nutrition club pages, and the owners of the nutrition club, go to their pages and find out what they're doing. So this is Chippewa Valley, Sean, this is your guys' area. So 25 days of giving. So this is day 21 of day 25. Okay. So, okay. So they're talking about, this is a screenshot, so you can't, I cut off this poor guy's head on the bottom, but okay. Okay. So it's this guy, and he talks about Jacob, the dude. Okay. Up for grabs today is $50 gift card to Shields. In order to win, you must like our page. So this is on their club page. Like our page, like this post, share this post, and then brownie points if you throw in a comment of why the Chippewa of the Chippewa Valley is lucky to have Jacob a part of our community. Okay, so what they're doing is they are going to, apparently, right, 25 businesses, highlighting 25 businesses, offering prizes and promotions for liking and sharing the post, but at the same time, you guys, building rapport and relationships with the businesses and all of this dude and this business's friends. Does that make sense, you guys? I only see a few of you. So a universal sign for it. Annie, thank you. I'm like, universal sign for it makes sense is a head nod. Great. Okay. So here again, this is Ashley Kittleson. Don't forget, come to MB tomorrow anytime between 7 and 7. Wrap your Christmas gifts. All supplies are provided, and donations go to the Boys and Girls Club of Chippewa Valley. So just, I mean, I know it's obviously beyond Christmas, but that they're supplying Christmas wrap. Same thing, you guys. This is NV Wellness. The same, but you guys get there. The whole area, they're all doing the same thing. Like our page, like this post, share this post. Oops. Did you guys know this? Do you guys know what Alexa is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that. I tried it. It didn't work when I tried it, so I'll try it again. No.
I just saw somebody post this, Sean, so I don't have an Alexa. Jamie does. Maybe when you're in the club next time. Okay. Weekly drawings. So if you guys do some sort of drawings, do them live. Even like, let's say you guys go live every Wednesday at, I don't know, 10 a.m. But your drawing just happens to be at a different time. Whatever. Go live and do your drawing, even if it's not at your regular, does that make sense? Your regular scheduled live time. Oh, where's my little man? Okay. Okay, have you heard if you're bringing canned food, clothes, or so this is Mandy, you guys. This is Mandy's club, I think. So $2 off. I don't think you can price advertise, but okay. Oh yeah, this is the Nutrition Hub. So this is Mandy and Keenan and Tim's club. Congratulations. We're so proud of you guys. So obviously recognition of you guys do a little bit of this. This is kind of fundraising. Trick or treat with us tomorrow. Everybody gets a protein bite with the purchase of a shake. This is what Mandy was a little bit talking about. I think you guys receive 1 ticket with the purchase of a shake and tea. Receive 5 additional tickets for each friend that you bring. Share this post for an extra ticket. Raffle Wednesday. And there we go. Okay. Now how do I stop sharing my screen?
Unplug it.
Stop share. Okay, so there's that. Anything? Yes, Robin.
One of the things that, just as a FYI, I'm sure you guys all know this, but we learned a really tough lesson where we did Facebook Live for a drawing, and we were drawing for a dinner, movie, and a show. It was our big one that we first did with, and we pulled out a name of a 16-year-old who had been to the club with a friend. Not our greatest promo because we couldn't give a 16-year-old a hotel night. It was a little bit of a, So if you're going to do it live, you might want to check your tickets a little bit just to make sure that the, how do I say it, a qualified person is in there.
You guys all have Jamie share at some point or maybe at the retreat. So Jamie's giving away an Apple Watch tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And she's doing it on Facebook Live. Mm-hmm. There are only about 10 people that are qualified to even be in the drawing because you had to earn the right to be in the drawing. Okay, so she's got 3 tiers of prizes, and it was all based on like punch cards. Okay, so people that got 10 punches get in this drawing. People that get, 10 punches means like I think you had to at least come to the club 10 times in the last 19 days and buy an aloe tea bomb in order to qualify. And then there's like 20 points, and that I can't remember. And then there's 30 points.
You had to go to an event. 30
points, and you had to go to at least one event to even be in the qualification drawing for the Apple Watch. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Robin, it was like, so I was like, Jane, to your point.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, to your point, Robin, I said, Jane, you want to make sure that you give away an Apple Watch to one of your best customers. So how are you going to be sure that one of your best customers gets it? So if that's good, that's a great point. Anything else, you guys, before I share that last idea that I know Manny and Keenan are doing, and I think I might have mentioned it to you guys. Actually, I know somebody else that's doing it. Let me find it. See if I can bring it up on here. Okay, well, did you guys learn anything or hear anything new that you didn't know before?
Yeah, I think I did. I would just say, we always work on having it being an experience. But I think just hearing her say, she loves being at the club. So when you love being at the club and your club is like your fun spot, you're just so much more attractive for people coming back and everything like that.
Yeah.
But then even like that fun sign, I know we'll put our snowman back out, and we've had our snowman out before in January, but never thought of having people take their picture with it and post it on Facebook, right?
That's it. Right
Good,
there.
Sean.
Yeah. So
I thought it was really helpful in just thinking of going into 2018 with a strategy, but it's like, in my head, like a strategy was like, well, how many times a day am I going to be posting and all the content, which those things will go into play, but also like your strategy behind the bar with your social media and the interaction with your customers and implementing that with all of the coaches behind the nutrition club. I think that's an even bigger role of my strategy than like all the posting that we're going to be doing, because like she said, like tapping into their center of influence is way more powerful than all the posting we can do from our end.
Yeah. I mean, Lace, I think like strategy to me is, I guess I'm not sure my word choices are here clear, but like strategy is like, in December, I want to do a star game. I'm going to offer this prize, this prize, this prize, and I'm going to do a grand prize drawing. So then once I have that overall December strategy, then I go, okay, then when would I do lives? And if I would do lives, what would they be on? Like I back it up. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I create the umbrella
Reverse
for the
engineer.
month, reverse engineer. I create and then I go, okay, so what needs to happen each week? And then maybe something needs to happen each day, Lace, but maybe not. Part of me is like, okay, if I'm intuitive enough, I'm just going to go, you guys that work closely with Jamie, right? So if I'm intuitive enough and I go, I've got this, it's not a star game, but in my world it's a star game. Okay. It's like she had like a 19 day, 22 day, 21 day, because this month started on the 2nd. Okay. A 21 day game. Okay. It was 3 prizes for the game and then the grand prize drawing of the Apple Watch. And that was the 22 days. Okay. So she just, in my mind, I'm like, Jane, you just need to be aware enough that the first person that comes in, and they have these cards, you guys, and they had to be responsible for their own cards, and they hung all the cards on like a corkboard on the wall. Okay,
I think that's key piece.
So that when somebody comes in and fills out a card, I'm like, Gene, all you have to do is take a picture of Lacey. She's filling out the card on day 1. She's the first customer that's entered into the star game. Like, I don't have to write myself a note. First person that enters into the star game, I better take a picture and post today. I just have to be aware enough to know I need to create excitement and energy around the umbrella called the 21-day star game. Does that make sense, Liz?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I was just going to say the way she positioned the corkboard, people would literally have to walk by people that were sitting having shakes to get their card off the corkboard so they would see this. So, and to see the photos being taken as well.
Okay, I'm gonna have to find the other one and drop it in the thread, you guys, because I just saw it today and I don't know why I didn't screenshot it. And I thought I knew who it was, but I apparently didn't screenshot it. Okay, but I'll find it. Okay, so this is the other thing that did I talk to you guys about the 90 businesses in 90 days that they're doing? Okay, so they went and served free tea to 90 businesses in 90 days. So Beth and Carl, you're nodding your head yes. You know about this?
We're doing Energy Tea Tuesday, so we're going to businesses every Tuesday and serving tea.
Okay, what do you say? Like, and then let's just see how do you pick your businesses? What does it look like? How do they know you're coming? Do they know you're coming, or do you just drop in and pick someone?
Right. So we just started this. It's something that we learned at the STS in Oklahoma City at the beginning of the month. When was that? Beginning of the month.
Uh-huh.
And they picked a random business. We started with the Chamber of Commerce, and just basically showed up and, you know, said, hey, I mean, we found out how many people were there just by contacting them and asking other questions. And then, so then we just surprised them with tea and they were overjoyed. And then we had them pick the next business to receive the teas. So this week was the second week that we went to another small business. We, you know, we're asking them to keep it under 20, you know, small business under 20 employees. And then we do, I don't know if anybody saw Becky Middlestat's thing today, but we put our invites on the straw. So there's a little hole, we punched a little hole in the invite, put the invite on the straw. And so all the shakes had an invite to come into the club. So it's week 2 so far, and moving into week 3, getting some momentum.
I'll share my screen so you guys can see this. Thinking. Okay, so
yeah.
Oh gosh, this always brings up. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Dawn, and all the amazing stylists at Long Concepts. Thanks for inviting us in for a tea break today for you and your clients. Who's going to be next? Businesses in Chanhassen and Eden Prairie. We'd love to serve you up some afternoon energy to get you through the rest of your day and have energy. Okay, you guys can see there's that. And then there's their invites with a hole punch on the top. Oh, I have to get to it this way. That must be the delivery person. Oh, Salon Concepts tea in service, 20 teas and coupons out. Okay, yes. So this is, Mandy and Kia did 90 businesses in 90 days. They started with one. It's the same thing, Beth chose one. Oh gosh, sorry. My photos keep popping up and then I can't see you guys. Like my iPhoto keeps popping up. Then if they're sitting with like if I'm sitting with Jason, then I video and go, okay, so they would do this if possible, like video and go, okay, Jason, how'd you like your tea today? Good. Oh, there we go. Jason, how'd you like your tea today?
Wonderful.
Okay, awesome. So here's the deal. You get to pick the next business. So can you think of a business that's, 20 employees or less, because I only have 2 hands, that you get to nominate, and I'm going to bring free tea tomorrow. Who do you want to nominate?
Stinky's Fish House.
Okay, Stinky's Fish House, we are coming your way. And then they post it on social media.
Yeah.
Got it?
Good.
So then, you guys, this business gets recognized, Stinky's gets recognized, and 500 other businesses in town start contacting you because they want free tea.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Yeah, they did not. Their goal was 90 in 90 days. No, they are open 7 days a week. So I'm not saying y'all need to do that, but that is a enormous social media tactic too. So it's free tea. Janie and I just talked about this. I'll have to get with her. She can watch the replay, maybe drop in her notes. Janie and I talked about doing the invite card on the top and then some other card, like a 2-sided card with something else in the back, but I can't remember what we were going to put on the back. So, Janie, if you remember. But I love that too. And how to get that on social media.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So we did like
I
this.
don't know if we can.
Okay, well, I'll bring it up. Oh, what page are you on, Carl?
Well, that's
It's our
Instagram, but it's on our Facebook page.
So that's the picture of all the gals at the, or some of them.
Is that their Instagram, Carl?
That's our Instagram with their business tagged in it.
Got it.
So it'll be on our Facebook page.
Well, what's your Instagram name, you guys?
Nutrition U.
New. Got it right here. Let's share screen again.
I love the video idea though, doing that live, like taking that video.
Yeah, so if you, let's see.
Carl, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right here.
Okay, there's 2 of you.
That one?
Nope, keep going down. Oh yeah, yep, that one.
Yep.
That one? Yeah.
Chamber.
Is this good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there another one?
Yeah, but there's another one on there. The one we just did is Mendova. So
is that up here?
It'd be
Yep,
up higher.
up
Yeah.
higher,
Wait a minute.
higher. What do we have?
That one?
Nope,
Yep,
right
that
there.
one. Now there's
Yeah.
2 pictures.
Got it. Opportunity. Oh, look at you guys. Opportunity. Tuna tea. Jason and I are both sitting here going, tuna tea.
Feel like Augie.
Yeah. Okay. Last week, Conway, Arkansas nominated Matova. Yes. Opportunity. Look at you guys. Good. So good, you guys.
Good work.
So they didn't actually nominate anybody. They were kind of headed out the door. So we've tried to get a hold of them. So then we put down below, is there anybody that knows or that wants to nominate a business? So we had
Brooks Fine Jewelry.
Yep, if you click. Yep.
Yep.
Brooks Fine Jewelry. Yep. So they're going to be our
they're next Tuesday.
So good.
Yeah.